November 16th, 1818, I'm sitting here at a rocking presidential rally in Washington, D.C., halfway through my first term as president, and everyone's calling this the era of good feelings. No cap, things are looking pretty good. But here's the thing. Underneath all this unity and nationalism, I can feel the country starting to crack. The Missouri question is heating up, and just wait till the Panic of 1819 drops next year. My name is James Monroe, and this is the AP US History My Story podcast. When I got elected in 1816, I crushed it. 183 out of 217 electoral votes. The Federalist Party was done, like actually dead after the Hartford Convention made them look like traitors during the War of 1812. For a hot second, we were a country without political parties, just Americans working together. So I went on this goodwill tour in 1817, trying to unite the country, and people were eating it up. The Columbian Sentinel newspaper coined the phrase, "era of good feelings," and it took off. We survived the War of 1812, we're building roads and canals, and manufacturing is starting to pop off in the North. But bruh, this good feelings thing is sus as hell. Yeah, there's only one political party, but all the fighting is still there. Henry Clay and John C. Calhoun are giving each other major side-eye about tariffs. The North was all about manufacturing and wanted high tariffs to protect their industries from British competition. But the South made their money from cotton exports and had to buy expensive manufactured goods because of those same tariffs. They're literally paying to subsidize Northern industry. The Missouri Territory just applied for statehood as a slave state, and Congress is losing their minds over the balance between free and slave states. Northern representatives are heated about extending slavery westward, while Southern representatives are pressed about their property rights. And next year, the economy is going to absolutely crater. The Panic of 1819 hits like a freight train, even though that hasn't been invented yet. The speculation, easy credit from state banks, and overexpansion is going to turn into unemployment, foreclosures, bank failures, the whole 9 yards. So much for those good feelings, bestie. The rest of my presidency, it's giving mixed results, no cap. The Missouri Compromise in 1820 kicked the slavery can down the road by admitting Missouri is a slave state and Maine is a free state, keeping that delicate balance. But we all knew it was just a temporary fix. My biggest flex was the Monroe Doctrine in 1823, telling Europe to stay in their lane and keep out of the Western Hemisphere. That's going to define American foreign policy for like the next 2 centuries. But domestically, the era of good feelings was cooked. By the time I left office in 1825, the country was more divided than ever. The Democratic-Republican Party had completely fractured, and sectional tensions were through the roof. I died on July 4th, 1831, the third president to die on Independence Day, go figure. By then, Andrew Jackson had already torn apart everything the revolutionary generation built, for better or worse. But hey, it'll all get better by the middle of the century, right? Oh. Like, follow, and share the AP US History My Story podcast, because these stories hit different when you hear the original voices that shaped our country.